Okay, so it's now mid-August, and as you heard me say before, at some point Apple will be switching to releasing new betas every single week for iOS 18. And now this week could be the turning point. Now Apple is doing something a little bit different this year. Apple is currently testing iOS 18, which is set to be released mid to late September. It is currently sitting in a beta 5. Apple is also testing iOS 18.1. Now, it's been 2 weeks today since Apple released iOS 18.1 Developer Beta 1 with Apple Intelligence. So this week could be the turning point and could be one of those weeks jam-packed with a new beta updates. I want to talk about the expected release date for the second beta for iOS 18.1 and the sixth beta for iOS 18. So let's go ahead and dive right into this video. Now, before the update, I want to talk about a few things you should probably know. There's a few bugs going around right now within iOS 18.1 and 18.0. These bugs that I will talk about do impact both software updates. So keep in mind that there's an issue or a weird bug that causes a folder within a folder. So I haven't been able to replicate this bug where you'll be able to put a folder inside of a folder, but some users over on Reddit have managed to get this bug to work on the latest iOS 18 and 18.1 betas. So if you're having that folder within folder and you know how to do it, let me know in those comments down below, or perhaps hit me up on Twitter, and that way we can kind of mimic that bug. But it is something minor that some users have been reported over on Reddit. Now, something a little more serious that's also impacting the latest beta is issues with RCS in Europe. So keep in mind that some users in Europe and the EU are having issues with the new RCS messaging for iPhone. Now, as I always mention, this is something that your carrier alongside Apple have to work together in order to get working properly. But if you're having issues with RCS, then you're not alone. Here in the US, I've had some issues where it goes on and off, but not so much with the latest beta. I did notice it a few times here with my Verizon devices in the studio, but in the EU, it appears that many users continue to have issues with RCS, and this will continue throughout the beta testing cycle. Keep in mind that actual carriers have to push out a new carrier update for iOS 18 in order to get things working perfectly fine with RCS. Now, there's also an issue where the Find My application just completely stopped working. I did encounter this issue on 18.1, my primary device that I'm testing, several times where it couldn't find other devices, but this is something that some users are obviously reporting as well, and this is something that I'm sure Apple is working on for a fix. This sometimes has to do with a server-side issue rather than a software issue, but we'll have to see as the story continues to develop. Now, there's also this really crazy animation glitch where you lose all types of animation within iOS and your device just seems extremely fast and snappy. I've seen many users report this bug where animations just completely disappear. So when you launch an application, it is instantly. When you tap on notifications, it is instantly. No smooth animations, completely gone for some users. And this is a weird bug that's happening with both 18.0 and 18.1 on the latest beta. Now, there's also issues with screen time, and I can't emphasize this enough. Screen time just appeared to be broken forever, and it continues to be broken on the latest beta. So if you're having screen time issues, then obviously you're not alone on this one either. And last but not least, I want to talk about the battery, and then we'll talk about the release dates. Now, on iOS 18.1 and 18.0, the latest beta, I have to say that the battery is slightly better on 18 instead of 18.1. So iOS 18 does have slightly better battery performance. That may be because this software update obviously has been in beta for a longer time. It is set to be released here in just about a month or so, which brings me to the next topic: when we can expect iOS 18 Developer Beta 6 and iOS 18.1 Developer Beta 2. So as I mentioned, both of these updates will most likely become available as early as this week of August the 12th. So just keep in mind that Apple may release iOS 18.0 Developer Beta 6 alongside Public Beta 4, and iOS 18.1 Developer Beta 2 may also be available as early as this week. So today marks 2 weeks since Apple released 18.1 Beta 1, so we could see that this week at some point. And if Apple switches to a weekly release schedule, then the next beta for iOS 18, Beta 6, will most likely become available today as well. So just keep in mind that this week will be most likely jam-packed with new beta updates. Stay tuned here to the channel. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated with all the new features and all the new releases. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.